What is up, everybody? It is your boy DJ with Boys on the Bench, and I am here to share some picks with y'all. We're gonna be looking at a lot of different things. We're looking at prize picks, underdog, fliff, any of that stuff possible. Making some picks right before we kind of hit the hay, right? Also, what I wanted to do, I'm gonna have a little game kind of going on, College Football 25. I will not be playing it. What I kind of did, though, is I looked up, I'm really in the mood to play some college football, to watch some college football. So while this is going on, I was looking through ESPN, kind of the top games to be watching. Let me know in the comments below which game you're most excited for, maybe who your favorite team is. Mine is the Baylor Bears. I am repping it right now. That is my team. You can do all the shit talking you want. I understand we are not the best team, the best organization, but maybe we have a little bit of hope this year. But anyways, though, kind of what we see here, top 10 games to watch. Coming in at number 10 is Kansas State at Colorado. And what I'll kind of be doing is going through these one by one in the top left corner, because as you can see in your corner up there, I can even make this a little bit bigger. You can see that we're going with the Kansas State-Colorado game. Kansas State at Colorado is what their ESPN is coming in as the number 10 game. So anyways, with that said, that's kind of what I'll be doing. And then I'll be jumping into some of these picks. So as we're looking for the picks, if you wanted to watch that kind of in the corner, so be it. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and just get this started for us. Like, why not, right? We're going to advance the game. Computer is just going to play this completely themselves. Whatever is what it is. So anyways, though, let's look at the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer tool, seeing what we can get from this. So we can see here that really on Prize Picks, let me give this a quick refresh, see if we're getting anything. There's good value, not a ton of value necessarily. So definitely want to see what we can build out just using two plays with just two or more. What am I looking for? Data points here. So like this play here, this Juan Flatro guy for the CS2, he has 2 data points. This 4C guy only has 1 per each of his. So I don't really want to start off with that. I think that looking at this board currently at where we're at, we're definitely going to have to probably end up using that at some point in time. So I definitely kind of want to go with this Juan guy. We're looking for him to go under 19.5. Now, the reason that this is a good play is because if we're looking at what Prize Picks is giving us, we're looking for him to go under 19. We're getting a 54.43% odds to hit. And we can see here that 2 other books, Underdog is offering this at 18.5, so a half a point lower, but also Hot Streaks is offering this at 1.5 points lower. So we can see, again, getting really good odds. Prize Picks is clearly off on this. They're the book offering it the highest, telling us that we should probably stick on the under. So all I want to do is kind of copy this, put it over in Prize Picks. This is a CS2 play. So if I go over here to Prize Picks, and we're looking for him to go under 19. Again, all of those other books, what they're telling us, again, is that he's likely to go under. So that's what we want to do. So right now we're starting at 54.43. Looking at what else that we have, we could throw in this Alex Bregman, but hitter fantasy score, it's kind of hit or miss. It's really good. It's not my favorite plays kind of day to day, but we can kind of look, and maybe if that's what we have, that's kind of what we have. But I do want to kind of keep going with these CS2 plays, seeing what we're working with. We can go with this Natty play. It's kind of the same thing as what I explained earlier, 54% odds to hit, coming into 18.5 across 2 separate books, which is a whole point edge under on Prize Picks, right? Prize Picks is offering this at 19.5, and we're seeing, again, we're getting this at 18.5 across these other 2 books. So if we take this Natty guy, copy it over, we're going under 19.5. Let's go back over here to Prize Picks. These are on 2 separate teams, so we're going to go under 19.5. We're looking pretty good, and that's kind of the important thing whenever you're looking at these Prize Pick plays. You can only have players from separate teams, right? So Into the Beach and ODDIK, 2 separate teams, we're able to pair those together, right? And that kind of gets us going. Still no points in our College Football 25 game. As you can see here, still 0-0. Colorado has the ball. We'll be kind of tuning in. This is one of the top games college football ESPN has deemed the most important. But back to the slip and seeing what we have most importantly for y'all. So left off on the Natty play, we can go immediately right up under him. Another CS2 play. It's this history guy. We're looking for him to go over 5. Yes, there is push potential, but we're getting really good percent odds to hit. At that 54%, we can see 2 two other books, again, Underdog and Hot Streaks, are offering this both a half a point higher, getting decent odds there. So let's go ahead, take that. We want to go over 5 on this one for his headshots. It is another CS2 play. So if we type in that, looking for his over 5, make sure though that whenever we're picking this, we can see kind of two different game times, 5 p.m. and 6 p.m. We want to make sure that we're picking the right one. This is the 5 p.m. start for me. I am on Central Time. I am located in Texas, hence why I'm wearing the Baylor shirt. Shout out, right? So anyways, we want to go over. It is 5 p.m. game on his headshots there. So we already have 3 plays that we're kind of rolling with right now, but they're only one is over that 54.3. Whenever we're creating these slips of 5 or 6 legs or greater, that's what we're looking for, is that 54.3% odds to hit. Not every single play has to be over 54.3. We just need that average percentage odds to be over that number. Not really looking for an NFL play just yet, but guys, I am so excited for that NFL season to come. We're going to be seeing so many of these, and it's only going to get better with all of these sportsbooks starting to release their lines. But you are seeing some of these. I really just don't want to wait till September 8th, so I'm not including this in any of mine quite yet, but we can get there at some point. Now, what I think we're going to have to end up doing is including one of these top ones. Let me give a quick refresh, see if we've had anything come up. We've had some League of Legends come up. Rush has even now jumped up here. I think this is a good one. This is a new play. So we have this Juan guy in here already in our slip. We have this Natty and we have this history in us. So this Rush coming in is fantastic for us. So let's go ahead and grab that Rush. And the reason that, again, that's good. We're getting a 1.5 point edge from 2 other books, even Hot Streaks at 28.5. Heavily favoring the under at -158, which is really good. Coming in at 54.81, which is really helpful for us. So anyways, I forgot what we needed to take. Let me go ahead and copy and paste Rush in here. We needed his under 30 is what we're looking for. So now we have 4 of these picks, again, all on different teams. We could try to go for 1 more or 2 more. While I'm looking for this 5th pick, let me know in the comments if we should just roll with 5 or 6. Just comment the numbers 5 or 6, and that's kind of what I'm looking for. That's what we'll go with, the people that are in this looking for this slips. And then I promise you, if you're not building out this slip just yet, I will try my best to get this to y'all in time before these odds change. Let me give another quick refresh to see if anything else has popped up. So we still have Rush. We still have this one. Teddy for a League of Legends play, over 5. We can see Parlay Play just dropped this at 6.5, which is 1.5 higher than what PrizePicks has. But then also Hot Streaks has come in at 5.5, giving us a 54.3% odds to hit, which is really good. So if we go over here, back to PrizePicks, go to his League of Legends, we're looking for Teddy, and we want to go on his over 5. So this is 5. This is a 5-leg parlay that we're kind of rolling with, and I haven't seen anything in the comments just yet. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and just submit this as a 5-leg parlay here. So let me get this copied over. I will send it into the chat as quick as I can, making sure that y'all can grab that and tell it. So while I'm doing that as well, I'm going to go ahead and enlarge this. We're still rolling at a 0-0 for us. But there is the link for you. If you wanted to go ahead and tell that, go ahead and do so, please. Big time play today. Oh, nice sack. 0-0. What at the end of the first. We're playing 5-minute quarters here too, I believe. Colorado is the most overrated. They're definitely up there. They're definitely up there. I mean, I don't know. I'm excited. I'm excited to see the Dion project. I think we got to give him at least 3 to 5 years to see what he can really do with this team. Last year, I mean, he kind of turned this team around a little bit. Not too great, but I think he definitely did better than what a lot of people thought he was going to do with that team. Anyways, though, let's go ahead. I just got a notification about Absolutely Heron. Make sure y'all are getting that link in there as well. Trying to cash out today. Building all of that. That's the idea whenever we're creating this. And we need to do it in volume as well. Not every single one of these are going to bet. So make sure that when you are using Daily Grind Fantasy, you're using it with fidelity. And what I mean by that, make sure you are hitting your threshold of that 54.3% odds to hit if you're creating those 5 and 6 legs parlays, but then also controlling your unit size. Not every single one of these are going to hit, but if you do it in volume, I promise you, you will be profitable. So manage your unit size, and I guarantee you, you will see profits in the long run. So anyways, though, like I had mentioned, though, let me go ahead and minimize this screen here for us and what I have, because what I did end up seeing, I got a notification that we had a AI slip generator tool for Underdog Fantasy. So there is a 3-pick non-insured and then a 6-pick insured. What I want to do for y'all though today, and if you can't see it here, let me go ahead and see if I can hide my face. Let me come back over here. So you can see here that it's $14.90. That's how much this is up. This is started on August 18th of this last year. We are almost 1 year into this, and that is $14.90, right? Meaning that if your unit size was $10, right, you would be up. What would that be? $14,000, right? $14,000 is how much you would have profited so far in this game, which is crazy, right? But again, with that comes using this tool with fidelity. Use the code BENCH to get 25% off of your first month, guys, because I'm telling you, this tool is the real deal. So anyways, I am back on the screen, but let's go ahead and show y'all this 6-pick. Let me make sure that this is still up to date. Give a quick refresh, making sure that all of this is still up to date. So what we're going to do, and guys, this is as easy as it is, right? I'm going to take this person. This is a Thursday game, August 15th. Today is only the 13th. We're waiting till the 15th, but that's okay. We're still getting really clear value. So we're going to take this over here. And I already forgot. We're looking for the over 28.5 points plus rebounds is what we want there. 28.5 points plus rebounds. And again, it's better if y'all can go ahead and get this while I'm going as well. Brittany Griner over 18.5 points is our next play here. So Brittany Griner over 18.5 points. The very next play, Sasha going over 19.5. First 2 map kills. First 2 map kills over 19.5. And then we want to go Rickea Jackson, another WNBA place. We're really setting up and banking on this WNBA. But we're looking for over 16.5 points plus rebounds. Next, over 16.5 points plus rebounds. And then the next one, Wood 7, another CS2 play, over 3.5 first map kills. So over 3.5 first map kills. Again, we have another time discrepancy, 5 p.m. and 6 p.m. We're looking for the 6 p.m., so I clicked the wrong one, I believe. Yep, that's the 5 p.m. We want to make sure that we're on the 6 p.m. using it there. Courtney Williams, the last WNBA play, the last point of this one. Points plus assists under 16.5 for that. And let's see what we got. Under 16.5. Where are we at? Come on, please be on here. Oh, under 16.5. So you can see here, again, 25x payout is what we're looking for. That's what we want. So as I did earlier, I will be copying and pasting this into the chat as well, making sure that y'all get this. All right, that is going ahead and gone into the chat. Make sure you were looking at that. That is in there for you to grab. But guys, that's really what this is. That's what's so great about this AI slip generator tool, right? It took us really 1/10 of the time, maybe even less, to do that. And I mean, that is the reason of the tool, right? That is the purpose and the reason that it costs the money that it does, is it takes all of the work out of it. I'm no longer having to do the research. I don't care what the last 5 look like. A lot of people do a lot of their research based on the last 5 and prize picks. Guys, that stuff does not matter. That really doesn't matter. If PrizePicks clearly thought that y'all were having a clear edge on really what their last 5 looked at. So if I clicked on the MLB and one of these plays for the MLB, if we look at Dean Krimmer, right, they already know all of this about their line. They wouldn't be creating this line without knowing their last 5. They are, in fact, right, telling you all of this information, making you think that all of this information is important. These games are different day to day. You need to realize that whenever we're making these bets, stop betting it just based off of, oh, he's gone 5 of 5. Oh, he's gone 8 of 8. Believe me, these books know more. They spend millions and millions and millions of dollars of research. The least I can do is pay for this tool, and it really helps me be a profitable sports bettor. So again, I can help y'all out with that first month. And guys, I'm telling you, if you use your money right, then you can go ahead and start kind of rolling that money over, and then all of a sudden this tool is paying itself off. You're using all of your winnings to pay for the next month, and then the next month, and then the next month, right? So anyways, though, let's see what else we can kind of find here. See if there's anything else. So that was that AI generated slip. All we do is copy and paste that over. Whenever we're betting on PrizePicks, it's even easier. There's a bet on PrizePicks button, which is really cool and fantastic. So anyways, though, let's go ahead back over here to the optimizer tool, see what we can work with. So this is currently updated. We have this rush play. We have this play, the Teddy play. We don't have the Alex Bregman. So if we kind of wanted to fit that in there somewhere, we maybe could, but I think that we're kind of running out of value on that PrizePicks. Let's see if there's anything on these other sites. Looking at parlay play right now, not seeing a whole lot at all. I know that they've been running their daily home run props, right? And those have been doing really well for us. So make sure you're checking those out, checking parlay play, checking the optimizer tool, following some of the guys. And guys, follow me on Twitter as well. Some of you may be here from my Twitter profile. That's where I posted this stream saying, hey, I'm going live. That link is in the description below. Check that out. Give me a follow there. I truly appreciate it. I'm pretty interactive with a lot of y'all in there. Also post a lot of my plays. You can quick tell these. I posted this play. Didn't do the best, right? I think there was a couple guys that didn't hit. We started off kind of hard with that executor not hitting, and then this Kikishu and Boz play, they ended with 11. I needed them to end with 12, so we didn't hit that one either. So immediately from there, not necessarily the hottest of plays. But again, like I said, you use this with fidelity, you do what you need to do, create it in volume, and you're sitting just fine. So anyways, though, let's go back to the optimizer tool so we see what we can work with. Nothing on parlay play. Better picks. They do not have a website, but right now there's not any clear value. Some will pop up throughout the day. You see Alex over there from OddsJam doing a really good job taking advantage of their market, and their OddsJam tool is very similar to what Daily Grind Fantasy does. All it does is it scans the market and shoots everything back to you and what you need to know. See what else we have. Fliff, that was another book that I use, especially living in Texas where sports betting and sports books is illegal. So Fliff is a different type of website allowing you to be able to do that, right? Nothing on Fliff right now. So let's go back to PrizePicks. I know that there's not a ton of value, but if we wanted to go ahead and do one more, we could fit out a play. We could either go with this Sponge or Forzy, and then we could be just fine. So with that said, let's see. You want to go CS2 or League of Legends? Y'all let me know in the comments. CS2 or LOL? Which one? And then we'll kind of start building out a slip from there. We also don't want to overexpose a lot of these plays. So whenever we look at this, we can't just throw Rush into another one. The reason that we don't want to do that is because we have Rush in two different slips, right? And Rush is the player that does not hit. Then all of a sudden, the point at where we're at is now we can only 2x our slips if assuming everybody else in those slips hit. Because of that, we don't want to overexpose. So anyways, let's go ahead and do the CS2 play. Let's go with Forzy here. Going under 28.5, maps 1 and 2 kills. Let's go back to PrizePicks. This is a CS2 play. We're looking for his under 28.5 kills. Forzy, so here, 28.5. Actually, let's make sure again, 3 a.m. versus 8 a.m. my time, which is Central Time. We're looking at the 3 a.m. game, so I believe I picked that right. 3 a.m. going under, and we're going to go from there. So now we're at a 55.07% odds to hit. Sitting really good for us. Now, the reason that we're getting that, it's only a 1-point edge compared to Hot Streaks, but you can see Hot Streaks has really juiced this line at minus 164, meaning that they really believe that this play is going to go under. So we're getting much better odds over here on PrizePicks. Theirs is already a fixed rate. Hot Streaks is not. They are able to change their lines however they see fit, and that's really the advantage that we want to take right there. So anyways, we have this Rush. We have Forzy already. That's the guy that we're using. This is just we're using his total kills as opposed to headshots. We have this guy and this guy in another play. Let's see what we can kind of do. We have 55%. I think we're gonna have to throw this Alex Bregman fantasy score in there. We're looking for him to go under 7.5 right now. These books. Now I know that DraftKings and BetMGM and all of these other books do not offer fantasy score lines. You will not be able to log on to their website, their platform, their sports book, and you will not see a fantasy scores line. But what they do is they offer their total bases that they think they're going to have and their odds at what their total bases are going to be. everything like that, whether they're going to get an RBI, all of that comes back into Daily Grind Fantasy. They do all of the math calculations on the back end, and that's kind of how it works here. So right now, what Daily Grind Fantasy is saying is that their projections are coming in at 6.4 for these two books. They likely have these lines all of the exact same. Well, PrizePicks is saying that this is going to be 7.5, giving us that 54.24% odds to hit, which is pretty good. So again, we're going to take this Alex Bregman play, copy him over, and we want his under 7.5 fantasy score. Make sure we go to MLB here. And then we want to type in Alex Bregman. Oh, he's already kind of up. There's not a ton of MLB plays on right now. Some of the games are just now finishing. But regardless, we're going to go under his 7.5 fantasy score. Let's give this a quick refresh as well, making sure that we are staying on top of the market the best that we can. So again, Forzy is still here. Alex Bregman is still here. Everyone, nothing has really changed at all. We have this history. We have this natty as well. I don't think that we have this junior. So this is a really good play for us. So if we take this junior, he's on the team Nouns. We don't have any of that right now, but 31.5 compared to the 33 that we're getting from PrizePicks. Again, 1.5 point edge, really good. PrizePicks is right now is the only book offering this at 33, and it's the highest book, which is really good for us. So let's take this junior play here. And we're going to go under 33 is really what we're looking for. So we're going to have to go back to CS2. Looking for junior. Under 33, all of the other books coming in at 31.5, which is really good for us. So we still should be sitting pretty good. Daitor is another good one, 13.5. We see two books here. Again, Hot Streaks heavily favoring them with minus 180 at the same exact line as PrizePicks. But again, PrizePicks line is fixed. Underdog, though, instead of juicing their lineup to minus 180, which they cannot do, they've decided to go ahead and drop it a whole point to 12.5, kind of creating that even line for them. So because of that, we are getting clear value here. So we want to take this Daitor. We got to make sure that Dynamo Effect has not been used, though. It has. Okay, so we cannot actually use his teammate. They only allow you to use one player per team. So we want to make sure that we're kind of staying off of that as well. No Way is another good play. Again, 6.5. We're getting a 0.5 point edge this way, and then a 1.5 or a 1 point edge on this book here. So let's go No Way over 6.5 map 1 headshots. Seeing what we can get. So this should give us our fourth pick. Over 6.5. Again, check the time here. 5 p.m. is the game that we are looking for. Click the 5 p.m. and we want to go on his over, right? On his over, correct. Okay, so we may have to come back up to one of these. Picking another single leg is what we're going to have to do. Again, we need this play over that 54.3. We're starting to get a little crazy. We're at 55. So right now we had that 0.7 edge to work with. Alex Bregman is going to have to borrow 0.1 of the 0.7 that we have in remaining, as well as all of these other plays. So because of that, I think we're going to have to go ahead and probably just use the sponge. He's probably the next play that we're going to be able to just kind of take from there. Again, same thing though. We see Hot Streaks minus 232. That's why this is the highest play at 55.5% odds to hit. But let's go ahead and make that the last and final leg of this 5-leg parlay for us. Once PrizePicks loads, I'm not really sure kind of what's going on right here. Okay, League of Legends, and we are looking to go, what was it? His under 2.5 maps, 1-2 kills. So we're there now. So anyways, though, these are our 5 picks now here. Let me go ahead and submit that, and then I will get that sent over in the chat as well. But again, guys, hopefully some of this is not changing. I want y'all to be able to grab this as quick as you can. Sometimes these lines are going to change, and there's not really a whole lot that we can kind of do about it. But anyways, let me go ahead and get this sent over into the chat for y'all. Okay, so y'all can check the chat in there now. So I've kind of given y'all 3 picks already. Sitting pretty good now, right? I'm feeling good about a lot of these. I don't necessarily love the single data points that we have on here. That's not typically my way to bet. I have been super profitable with it. I just like multiple data points with just even better odds. It just gives me more comfortability, more reassurance, right? That that book is clearly off on those lines. So anyways, though, as I mentioned before, if you are interested in this tool, make sure you're using the code BENCH to get 25% off of your first month. It'd be greatly appreciated. Let me know in the comments below whether you got these slips or not. Again, I'm looking for some of your favorite college teams as well. Right now, Colorado has a 7-0 lead versus Kansas State. This right now, according to ESPN and the person that released the article, they are saying that this is going to be their 10th favorite game to kind of look out for this season. So Kansas State going to be traveling to Colorado. Not sure the week. I just kind of saw that, wanted to throw it in there. But anyways, we'll kind of finish out the rest of this game. I'll be watching some of the market here as well, checking back with Daily Grind Fantasy, but it looks like we've kind of used up all of their volume there. While this is kind of in that stoppage of play here on College Football 25, what I want to do, I'm going to look back over here at the AI slip generator. I haven't gotten any notifications that a new slip has dropped. Yeah, so good thing we took care of that slip earlier. If y'all were following, I gave y'all an underdog slip. That is no longer available, right? They ended up realizing that, and they changed their lines. We lost a lot of value. Well, they lost a lot of value. We kept our value, which is really good for us. Now we're able to get possibly a 25x payout there. So again, I'll keep checking this while this game is going on for y'all. I also want to show y'all this middling tool. This middling tool is really good. I'm not sure if we'll see a whole lot just because a lot of these lines have not dropped, but the middling tool is another great way to make a lot of money doing this, right? So this Collier play here, the idea of middling, right? Where we would want to take on PrizePicks is the over 32. What we want to take here on this book is the under 34 on Dabble, right? That's a 2-point edge. If they hit 33, we cash out both on the over of PrizePicks and the under on Dabble, which is really good for us. Rush, that's another one. If we wanted to see if we could create an underdog slip, what we could do is take this over 28.5, meaning that if it hits 29, we took Rush to go that under 30, I believe, earlier in one of these slips. So meaning that if we take the over on underdog and he hits that exact 29, that means that we cash out that slip on both of these. Middling is another great way, again, that we can take advantage of this market, right? And there's going to be plenty of that. If we even go down here to some of these NFL plays, the NFL plays aren't necessarily the most profitable right now just because there's not a ton of books on it. But whenever these yardages start to come out, we can see here that James Conner, for example, his line on PrizePicks is under 60.5. On, what is this, FanDuel, I believe? Let's go. Oh, underdog. Yeah, we're only looking at DFS apps. My bad. But DFS. So if we take this on underdog, it's at 56.5, meaning that if we take the over on underdog, if he hits 57, 58, or 59, or 60, that's 4 different yardage points that he can hit. We win that on both sides, right? That's the idea. You'll be able to kind of middle these all throughout the NFL and college football season, which is really a good opportunity to make a ton of money. That's where we saw this Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer tool and AI slip generator make users a ton of money. Go ahead and get familiar with the tool. Learn how to use this with fidelity, right? That's the idea of this. So that way, whenever it comes to the NFL season and college football season, you are ready to go, full systems afloat, rocking and rolling. All right. But anyways, though, let's see if we can check back this optimizer tool, see if there's one more slip that we can create before we hop out of here. Doesn't seem like too much has changed. Again, we've kind of taken all of these top plays in several different parlays, going to underdog fantasy, seeing if there's really anything else that we can kind of take there. Seeing a lot of solo plays. Yes, this goes up to 60.38, but again, really good middling opportunity as well. Underdog offering this at 21.5 for this player. Hot Streaks offering this at 24.5. So again, hits the 22, 23, 24, you're sitting pretty good. That's 3 different kill difference, which would be really good for us. But I'm not seeing a whole lot of plays here with multiple data points. We'd have to scroll down pretty low, all the way down here to this CS2 play here. And you can see, again, 3 books on this, which is really good. 3 different books are offering this at 28.5. Underdog is offering this at 27.5, which is that 1-point edge across 3 different books, which is really good for us. But we don't really have a ton to necessarily pair with it because all of these are just just single data points. I prefer to stay away from those. People, if you're looking to fire off some slips, here are some of the top plays for you if you wanted to go ahead and do that. That's just nothing that I would necessarily do at this point unless I was in dire need. And it's like, hey, let's go ahead and fire this off. Then I would absolutely 100% do that. Not necessarily what I'm looking for right now. So anyways, though, let's go ahead and pull this college football game back up. Looks like Kansas State is driving, took a shot, ended up getting something pretty deep. 3-7. Is any of these teams going to touch double digits? There's a decent chance, I guess. Maybe, maybe not. Nice little throw out on the run. If you're a betting man, who are you taking right now? We're taking Kansas State, 3.5 minutes left, down 4, right outside of the red zone. Who are we taking in this match? Man, relying on the quarterback, and he is just wheeling and dealing right now. I'm vibing with it. And just chewing that clock. I love it. While that game's still on, though, I am going to be checking Prize Picks right now, kind of seeing what we're getting. Still no change on this end, though. Woo! Almost a pick there. See what we got on Fliff. Nothing on Fliff. Kind of checking all these books. Nothing on Sleeper at the moment. Go back to Better. See if we can find anything on Better. Still nothing on Better. Parlay play. Yeah, not a whole lot right now. Right? No, probably not a while. You know, there was a couple games in previous seasons where it seemed like Kansas was going to be that team that had those unders, but even they've started to figure their offense out. Now this Kansas team is looking pretty good. Yahtzee, who's your team, though? Kansas State with the score. We do hit double digits. Hey, maybe they do hit the over, though. Yahtzee, you may have spoken a little too soon here. We're about to be at 17 points. Nice little slant route. I don't want to know. Dude, I'm repping a Baylor. I'm repping a Baylor Bears shirt. Unless you say like Ohio State or Alabama, right? Don't say that. Don't say that. But I do want to know. Because I'm not sure it gets really a whole lot worse than this. We're in a Power 4 conference and arguably one of the worst teams. But I'm going to ride and die with my team. Nebraska. Yikes. Nebraska. Man, hey, at least it's looking a little promising, right? Y'all have now being a little bit of relevance. You're going through the whole Matt Rule era. I'm hoping that it pans out for you. But we'll see. Obviously not going to be one of the biggest ones. Wisconsin Badgers, any chance for playoffs? That's tough. That's tough. Y'all have a tough matchup. Alabama, I'm not sure exactly what week that is versus Alabama, but it's hard for me to say. I don't any chance for the playoffs. I don't think it's hard to imagine that Wisconsin finds their way into the Big Ten championship. And because of that, I don't know if they can get in, right? If you look at the Big Ten, that is probably one of the most loaded conferences. Obviously, it's either Big Ten or SEC. People have their own opinions, and depending on the day of the week, right, I could kind of sway one way or the other. Colorado hits a deep ball. We hit the over, Yahtzee. We hit the over 20. Big Ten is still alive. But realistically, though, back to the Wisconsin thing. Wisconsin, I don't necessarily see it. That Big Ten is loaded. Oregon, Michigan, and Michigan I don't even see getting in either. But the Ohio State, I think it would just be fingers crossed, hope for a prayer for that Wisconsin Badgers team. You're very right. Yeah, y'all do that. Y'all have been in the talk for quite a while. in terms of every year, like where y'all are projected to be. And it always fails. The Scott Frost era kind of failed you. And then all of a sudden, Matt Rule comes in. His first couple years kind of failed you. I don't know. What do you mean by that? Double old takes exposed tonight for me. So I'm not sure if you saw, though. Colorado hits a deep ball. Kansas State drives down, scores a touchdown. Colorado throws a bomb, ends up taking the lead again. Kansas State, though, now has the ball after the 2-minute warning. 2-minute warning is a new rule. Colorado overrated under 20. So Colorado going over under 20. Maybe. I mean, there's a good chance, yeah. I mean, if they want to win, they'd have to go over 20, right? Interested to see how this goes, though. They're just dinking and dunking. But yeah, 2-minute warning now coming into college football this season. So it's kind of a new thing. It's controversial. For me, I'm okay with it. I don't see how that necessarily ruins the game at all. But I know that that's going to have a big impact for a lot of teams in a lot of games this year. Just having that extra stoppage, it just helps coach. I mean, you still got to have a good coach to be able to facilitate the game, knowing how to use these timeouts now that you have a 2-minute warning. And we'll see a lot of opportunities where that just gets botched and it's just not used how it should be used. And that's just going to be how it is, right? But let me go ahead and check this board again. I'm going to go back to underdog, see if we're seeing anything other than really these one data point plays. Nope. So same thing. CS2 all the way kind of down in the deep red. Pretty hard to have that as a starting point for us. Prize picks, though, seeing what we have on prize picks. There's an MLB play with one data point. Don't really want to go off of that just because it could burn us a little bit later. Kansas State walking away with it, though. Clock is ticking. We are under 50 seconds, and we break off. What is that? Probably an 18-yard run. Now we have the ball in the red zone on the 19-yard line, under 40 seconds, drops back, screen pass, all over it. All over it. Still manages to get a couple yards out of it. All right, so if y'all stick around to the end of this, watch till the end of the game. There's no way this game really goes to overtime unless it's kind of a freak touchdown like we just saw there. So Kansas State now takes the lead, most likely going to kick the PAT. But as I mentioned, if you stick around to the end, I just got an email notification that PrizePicks just released a 6-leg 25x payout if you're interested. But I'm not going to show that until the very end of this. Kind of see how this game goes. But I'll go ahead and kind of get it pulled up for us so that way it's ready to go whenever we are. And I'll show y'all just how easy this is. So we don't have any of these either. Really good for us. Sitting really good. So while this game is actually, I kid, I'm going to go ahead and kind of minimize that for us. So looky here. If you see all of these plays, this is as simple as it is. All we have to do on this Bet on PrizePicks now is click Bet on PrizePicks. What it does for us is it goes ahead and creates this entire slip for us. It takes a little while to kind of load. Generally, it's pretty fast. I think that since I have College Football 25 kind of playing and loading in, then that's kind of been the issue right now. Right now, it says only 5 of our players have copied over, so I think that we've maybe lost one of those. Let's see kind of who we lost. Tanner Gordon, Francisco Natty. So we're missing the Jordan Montgomery. I'm assuming that he kind of fell off. Let's see. Yep, so it looks like they took Montgomery off of that. So I don't want to play this play. It's probably no longer profitable, so we're going to kind of stay away from it. But Colorado's driving down the field. They just threw a big bomb, got the ball. They're really pushing. Yeah, now that Big 12 defense is kind of coming out, Yahtzee. Another play. Probably have one timeout left. That's two in a row. It doesn't, I can't tell. Oh, they're going field goal right now. They had no timeouts left. 49-yarder. Flag. Oh, pain. What a pain. What a pain. I missed what happened. I got a notification. I missed what happened. Oh, they made it. Okay, they accepted it. This game is likely going to go to overtime. And if that happens, I'm going to go ahead and log off for tonight, though. Let me check this Daily Grind Fantasy, seeing if they gave us anything else. We weren't able to grab that in time. So let me give this a quick refresh, seeing if there's anything else for us. So no bets at the moment, so that's why we don't want to submit that. If you did, I recommend going ahead and canceling that. This is deemed not a profitable slip in terms of Daily Grind Fantasy, right? We're not hitting that threshold that we need to be hitting. So because of that, I don't want to hit that. I'm going to go ahead and hit clear, call it a day on that. So anyways, though, I think that's all that I'm going to have for you today. I hate to see... Unless y'all want to know, let me know in the comments. How long do we think this is going to go? Roughing the kicker, decline the penalty. All right, I'll keep it open just a little bit. Oh my gosh. Just bust out a run. Just like that quick. Well, hopefully by the end of this then. Hopefully by the end of this, we can see an AI slip generated come through. I'll keep refreshing on my end, seeing if we get anything. I also have my notification open. Yahtzee, that's no problem. I plan to be doing these quite frequently. So again, make sure you're following me on X, as well as subscribing to this channel, hitting that notification bell, because my intent is to get these kind of every single day. I want to do these streams. I want to stream some college football 25, have some entertainment here while there's kind of that down period looking for these slips, especially once we get all of those slips created. Then what are we going to be doing from there, right? Why not watch some college football 25 talking about who's going to win these games? Maybe ESPN was right. So far, this is a good game. We have a 17-17 game going over into halftime. Touchdown or overtime, my bad. Touchdown, though. Kansas State comes out, immediately scores again. I think all of these points have essentially been scored in the second half. I think it was maybe 7-0 going into halftime. And maybe I get my Baylor Bears to come into a game. Those of you who are in here, who should I make my Baylor Bears face? And be nice. Because if y'all drop some Ohio States or Alabama's in the chat, so help me God, I won't be doing that. Big time kick. Keep giving this a refresh just to kind of show y'all, right? Right now, not having any bets kind of pull up. Nothing is created just yet for us. They're not being able to pull a lot of those slip generators for us, and they have their own threshold that they use whenever they're kind of creating these. So again, we'll continue to wait, seeing what we can do with that. Texas was one of their bigger rivals. They don't have kind of the biggest rivals like Texas and OU had. We never really kind of had that opponent. I think in recent history, it's seemed like it's been Ohio State, but obviously Texas is kind of obviously out of the Big 10 or Big 12 and onto the SEC. So now we're no longer conference opponents. So I wouldn't say that Texas is probably our biggest one. They are right down the road, though. They're the closest in proximity to us. So people might say that. I think they would obviously, Baylor would love to play Texas again, but that's most likely not going to happen for us. So big sack by Kansas State, trying to finish out this game. Another deep bump. Oh, we had it. He had it. All he had to do was go up and catch it. But he had it. So TCU isn't, well, TCU may be close. Oh, another touchdown by Colorado, man. I'm not sure that this game is going to end. TCU may be a little bit closer in proximity. In terms of Austin, where UT is, it's about an hour and a half south of Waco, whereas TCU is just about the same. So maybe mileage-wise, it could be a little bit closer. So yeah, TCU may honestly be our biggest rival at this point within the Big 12. Kind of interested to see. I think that obviously with the re-landscaping of the Big 12 and kind of how that's looking for us, a lot of new rivalries are going to be coming out of this. So anyways, though, let me go give this a quick refresh as well. Still not seeing anything on my end. Yeah, Waco is still about an hour and a half south of the DFW area. Incomplete pass. If this goes into the next overtime, I think I'm going to have to log off. I'll let y'all know in the chat tomorrow. I will screenshot what this game ends up being. I will finish it out here, though. And then let y'all know tomorrow whenever we log on and do this again. Nice. Now another 3rd and long. Come on, Kansas State. That's who I'm rooting for now. If I had money, I'm betting on Kansas State. I know that they're the favorite. They're the ranked number 19 team, but they are on the road. I respect the hell out of that. Play action. Pressure on the quarterback. Heaves it up. And another swatted pass. Be aggressive. Go up with 2. Catch that ball. Timeout immediately. Trying to freeze the kicker. All right, see what we're rolling with. Don't. Makes it. All right, so as long as this doesn't end with a field goal, we will be able to see who the winner is tonight. But if we walk away with a field goal, I unfortunately will be logging off. Let me go ahead and give this another quick refresh. See what we are getting from Daily Grind Fantasy, AI Slip Generator. Nothing right now as we speak. So again, if I kind of showed you all that, just to kind of full transparency here, right? Not seeing a whole lot from here. Again, no current bets are available at the moment, but I will continue to refresh as this game plays out. Kansas State had an early lead, allowed a couple big touchdowns and scores later on into the game to allow this comeback from Colorado. Deep pass for the win. Intercepted. And that is gonna do it. Colorado has found a way to fend off Kansas State at home. Colorado, unranked in this game, defeats the number 19 ranked Kansas State. That's the game that we were rolling with. Again, ESPN said that this was the 10th best game to be looking forward to this college football season. That's why we were kind of airing it. So interception ends it into the end zone, and that is all that I have for you. I will give another quick refresh to this Daily Grind Fantasy AI Slip Generator, but just how it's been the last 5 or 10 minutes or so, still doesn't have any slips generated for us. But I did give y'all a couple of slips, and that is all that I have for you today. Hopefully, we will end up like the Colorado Buffaloes at the end of the day tomorrow, being very profitable. Anyways, though, guys, it was such a blast. Thank y'all for all of the comments and tuning in to this live, and I will see you.